Hi everyone, so today I created this makeup look using one of the new Morphe holiday palettes. So I wanted to try out a couple of the new palettes from the holiday collection. And yeah, today I wanted to use the more like cooler toned one because this is the night one, and the day one is a lot more like warmer tones, orangey browns and stuff like that. Okay, so since this video is going to be more of the more wearable, effortless glam look, make more for everyone to be able to achieve, because not every single tutorial on YouTube is very like wearable. So yeah, I wanted to do a holiday makeup look that anyone any age can do, so and doesn't want to wear too much makeup, but they still want to look good and glam for the holidays. So that is what I'm going to do for today's video. Now, I will do a more like full-on glam look in another video, but for now this is what I thought would be more appropriate, and I feel like I haven't done something like this, so I wanted to do this. Something that I feel like is very important for your complexion to just look very flawless and even, and just everything looks a lot smoother, is a pore minimizing primer. Now, my favorite is the Benefit Professional, and this stuff is amazing because you can wear it alone or with your makeup. The areas where I feel like I have pores and I just want a more overall smooth appearance, and since we're not going to be wearing a full coverage foundation or anything like that, the perfect primer. Okay, so now that I have that on, I'm going to move on to my face. Now, if you have any discoloration, any color correcting to do, now is the time to do it. You don't need a heavy concealer. You just need something very lightweight. So you definitely do not want to go in with a full-on thick concealer like the MAC Pro Longwear. You want to go a little bit of a lighter coverage. You want to do something that's a little bit thinner and creamier and very easy to blend into the skin. So my recommendations, the most affordable one that I love, and I think it's just as good as my high-end ones, is this LA Girl Pro Concealer. And I have the color Natural, and the reason that I like this one is because it does have a little bit of that like peachy tint to it, and it will cover up any discoloration on the skin. I also really like this one, that it's a newer concealer. This is the Benefit Boing Concealer, and it is the Airbrush Concealer. There's a thicker one, I believe, but I really like this one. I know it was reformulated, but I never really tried the older formula. This is the formula that I've used. And last but not least, I have the Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Palette, which has your color corrector, your highlighting, your contour, and your cheekbone highlight all in one. But yeah, I'm going to start off with the Boing concealer. So I have the shade number 1, I believe is Light. So I'm just going to take a concealer brush and conceal under the eye area. Just kind of like even out this part. Now, I don't have any under eye uh, darkness. So I don't really have any like color correcting to do on this area. So I'm just going to lightly apply this. And I didn't take a lot of concealer, as you can see. It looks very natural. You want to go around the nose area. That's where a lot of people get redness as well. Then I have a little bit of sun damage right here between my brows. So I'm going to cover that up a bit. Okay, so as you can see, my skin looks a lot more even. Skin color, it looks a lot more like one. I didn't fully cover, everything because, like I said, I wanted more of a light coverage. So, yeah, this concealer is perfect for that. So, now what I'm going to do, now one thing that I like to do when I don't want to wear a full coverage liquid foundation is I like to do powder. But to make the powder look a lot more flawless and not look like I'm wearing, flour on my face or cake batter, I like to wet my face either with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water or the MAC Fix Plus. Now, as you can see, mine is almost all out. I use Fix Plus for so many different things. So today I'm going to use the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water because this one is like extremely hydrating. Probably have like really similar ingredients. So yeah, I just literally drenched my face in it, as you can see. Now I'm going to use my favorite face powder, and this is the Makeup Forever Pro Finish powder. I really like this powder because it is a lot more smoother and silkier, whereas I feel like the Studio Fix is a lot heavier and thicker. So the Studio Fix by MAC I wouldn't really use on someone older, so I would definitely stick to something more like this or something a lot less heavier. So yeah, if you can hear my puppy in the background, he's playing with his toys, and when he gets started on playing, he is all over the place. So yeah, I'm going to, now that it, is I'm going to take dry, one of my favorite brushes, and this is the number 7 brush by It Cosmetics. It Cosmetics face brushes are my favorite brushes for the face. I feel like It Cosmetics brushes are very underrated, and not a lot of people, talk about them, and they should, because they are better than a lot of other brushes and a lot of other brands. So I definitely recommend these brushes. I use this brush. I've used it with liquid and powder. So yeah, it's just an amazing brush, and it is so soft on the skin. I really like it. And this brush is just going to really like buff it into the skin and make it look a lot more natural. I also use this powder for over liquid foundations, but you can use it both ways. Okay, so as you can see, it has a really beautiful, flawless finish, and the fact that I added this underneath just takes away all that powder look. So I really recommend that you do that if you do prefer a powder foundation. So half the time to do your face than with a liquid foundation in my opinion, and I like it more for like the everyday type of looks. So yeah, definitely try out this method of doing your face if you wear very little makeup or you want more natural looking skin but you still want to look flawless. So I'm going to bronze up my face with one of my favorite bronzers for like fall and winter, and it is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. I really like this one and the Benefit Hula Bronzer for the winter months. So I'm going to be using this Sedona Lace brush, but I don't really recommend it because it sheds a lot. So this, if you guys want to know, it's the FB05, but I really do not recommend this brush. I feel like there's other alternatives, you know? So yeah, every time I clean it, it sheds. You know, like bronze up the cheeks and at the same time kind of like shape the face. Okay, so I'm going to prep my eyelids with my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and this one is an NC15. Now I'm going to take, as always, Blank Type by MAC. And I want to share a quick tip with you guys. What I do is I always, at the end of when I set everything, I go and take a little bit extra of that eyeshadow and apply it right directly underneath the, like the eyebrow, like where the brow bone is. And all that like extra eyeshadow is going to help when you're blending. So it's going to like help make everything look a lot more blended out and just very diffused. So I did end up buying a few palettes from the Morphe Holiday Collection, and I really wanted to try them out because I had never previously tried out their eyeshadows before the Jaclyn palette. When I tried the Jaclyn Hill palette, I was very impressed because it is an amazing quality eyeshadow palette, and that just really intrigued me. And I heard they like redid their whole like packaging and formulas and everything. I mean, I've never tried the older palettes, so I have never tried the older palettes, but I know a few friends of mine have them and they don't really love them. So yeah, I decided now that they're like redoing and I guess rebranding themselves in a way, I'm going to try them out. So I purchased the Dare to Create and the Night Master palette. So this is their new packaging. What I like about the small palettes is that they actually added the names below the eyeshadows. Now I haven't swatched this palette except for one of the shades, so I'm going to take this one right here first. So I'm taking the color Vava Voom and I'm going to blend it into my crease. I want to see how it blends. So I'm going to start lightly. So it's like a really pretty like brown with a hint of purple, I feel like. So yeah, we're just going to apply that in the crease with a blending brush, and this is an It Cosmetics eyeshadow brush. Don't be afraid to experiment with your eyeshadows. I know I've had like some of you guys tell me, my eyes are hooded and I don't feel like I can pull off or do those eyeshadow looks, that are. Try to find what goes best with you. You just gotta look at the person and see what would go with the eye shape that they have. So I would say, like, if you're someone who feels like, okay, that doesn't look good on me because I have hooded eyelids, you can always, for any eye shape, do something in the crease, do something in the outer part of the eye, and then you can even like take your finger and pat on a color on this part of the inner lid, and you will have a really beautiful eye look. So yeah, so far so good. I feel like this eyeshadow blends it out really good. So now I'm going to take the color Cliche, and I'm going to take a Morphe M213 brush. Look down a little bit, like close your eye, and then just begin to pack it on the outer portion of the eye. And that's just going to help you a lot to see where the placement is going to be of that eyeshadow. So I always like pack on that eyeshadow and then I will blend it. I do like to wing out my eyeshadow a little bit most of the time. But you definitely don't have to do that. If you just want to round it out, you can. Just mixing Va Va Voom and Cliche, and right here, just blending it right on that outer corner, on the outer half of the eye. And if you have hooded eyelids, that's just going to lift up your eye, like really lift it up and make it look a lot bigger and more like almond shape. And then whatever's left on the brush, you can always just pat it inwards. Okay, so I'm going to take this shade right here actually, and it is called Creativity. And I'm actually going to apply it with my finger just so you guys can see how easy it is to get a really nice look. You don't have to do so much. I mean, I feel like sometimes tutorials look more complicated because we tend to make them look complicated, but they're not. So you're just going to take the shade that you want and concentrate it on the lid. It's fine if it goes up into the crease a bit. So yeah, you can just press it on. So I'm going to apply Va Va Voom and just really like get it in there and connect it. Always connect your eyeshadow to the outer part. I'm going to leave a little bit of that space open because we're going to add like a brightening color there, which is another tip that I recommend you do, no matter, the eye shape, unless you have like really eyes that are just really far out from each other, then I would say skip that and make your eyes look a lot more closed in. So I'll do another video on that later. Now I'm taking Cliche and I'm applying it to just the outer part. So now I'm going to take this shade right here. It's called Yumi. And I'm going to apply it on that inner corner of the eye. Also bringing it a little bit down. And then bringing it up again. So now I'm going to apply my lashes, and for my lashes I'm going to be doing the Pure Cosmetics Pro Eyelashes. So I'll show you the packaging right now, but this is what the style looks like. So that's just going to go on the bottom waterline. Cream color bases by MAC. Really been liking lately, like more pinky toned highlights. These cream color bases do have multiple uses. You don't need to just use it as a highlight. You can also use it on your lips. You can use it on your eyes. Have like so many different lip options. I wanted to use the, what are they? The Mega Last Liquid Catsuit Liquid Lipsticks by Wet n Wild, but I don't know what color to use. It's a deep berry shade. I don't usually wear berry shades, to be honest, but I have to switch it up. And yeah, but we're going to apply a darker lipstick on top of this. Yeah, so I definitely like this a lot better. I'm not a berry toned type of girl, but yeah.